Welcome to Park Circle. Join me in my meditations on Psalm 129 as I play some disc golf and seek to glorify the Lord for His Word, for His world, and for His Redeemer. Psalm 129 is a song of ascents that brings together the suffering of the people of the Lord and the cursing of His enemies. It's an odd set. At the top of the chapter, we're told that Israel is to declare, "Greatly have I been afflicted from my youth, and yet my enemies have not prevailed against me." In verse 3, we're told that the plowers have plowed upon my back and that they've made long their furrows. There's a reference to a whipping being called out here. But even in the midst of this suffering, the psalmist declares the good news in verse 4 that the Lord is righteous. And one aspect of His righteousness is that He has cut the cords of the wicked. The psalmist asks that the wicked, the persecutors of Israel, would be made like rooftop grass, who, lacking root, wither up in the sun and leave nothing to be harvested. He even asks that none who would pass by would ever offer these wicked any sort of blessing from the Lord. Rather, the blessing of the Lord implied should be reserved for God's people. In some ways, this psalm is odd, because as a song of ascents, it's supposed to lift our eyes to the Lord and draw us up, and yet it tells us life is hard and you'll suffer persecution. Yet you'll not be prevailed against, for the Lord is righteous, and He will bring judgment upon the wicked, and they will not be blessed in the name of the Lord. Though this may all sound odd to us in light of our modern sensibilities, when we consider it in light of Christ, it really does lift our eyes to the living God. When we consider the first person pronouns of the first several verses of Psalm 129 and that Jesus is the true and better Israel, we'll see that Psalm 129 has actually been fulfilled in the life of Christ. It was Christ who was afflicted from His youth. It was He who was whipped and scourged, and yet He was not prevailed over. His enemies were turned back on their path. It's in the resurrection that we see the Lord's righteousness declared and His enemies cut short like rooftop grass. In Christ, the cords of the wicked are cut off, and the blessing of the Lord is actually extended to His enemies, but not those who continue in their rebellion. Rather, it's God's people who bless Him, who bless the name of the Lord as revealed in the person and work of Jesus Christ. So in light of these truths, let's rejoice in Christ, that through Him we know that the Lord is righteous and He does cut off the cords of the wicked. Let's meditate on His word that we might be confident to persevere in trials and affliction. And I hope you'll join me next time.